Hi everybody, it's time for you to record your videos in the studio, and I have already covered the basics of what you need to know to record in the studio, but I am going to go a little more in depth in this video on how to use the teleprompter. Other than that, I have the video MHTC Studio Video Recording Basics that I created, and it's an excellent video on everything you need to know for the basics of recording with our camera. Remember, you are going to size up a shot depending on whether you're going to be sitting at the desk or standing in front of the green screen. You will be in front of the green screen no matter what, so don't wear a green shirt the day you're going to record. Don't have anything green on, or you will get a really weird effect, unless in your storyboard you planned for that and said, oh yeah, this is how I'm going to convey a message. I'm going to have a green shirt on and I'm going to make that my visuals, but nobody turned that into me, so you shouldn't be wearing green the day you record. Everyone will record in front of the green screen, and there will be assets all throughout your video. You are not allowed to just sit in front of the camera and record yourself without using video assets. The purpose of this assignment is for you to get practice using the Kodachrome effect, and I'm going to release a video about using the green screen effect, but first you have to get the footage, and you're also going to do a little picture-in-picture effect in your video, and this stuff should have been planned out in your storyboard. You should have a real vision for this video that involves the use of the assets that you shared with me in your asset spreadsheet. So that's the gist of this. In the MHTC Studio Video Recording Basics video shows you how to use an SD card, where to put that in the computer, how to pan your shots in and out, how to move the camera on the tripod, how to do everything you need to do to record this video. So you have all of that information. You're going to place the portrait oriented monitor in the studio just underneath of the lens of the camera, so that when you're looking at that monitor, it's the same to your viewer as though you're looking at them, looking right at the lens of the camera, because they're going to be so close to each other. Make sure that the monitor is not showing up in the video. You may need to turn the tripod so that instead of a single leg of it facing forward, it's the two legs facing to the side, so that you can then sort of turn the cart diagonal and fit it in as close to the camera as possible. Of course, as always, when you are using this equipment, be very careful. Get a teacher or proctor to help you if you are at all unsure how to safely and efficiently position or use the equipment. You'll place that monitor right under the camera, and then you will follow the instructions in the that are to follow here about how to use the teleprompter. And you are required to use the teleprompter, as you are required to write a script, and you will be reading from that script when you deliver your introduction for the video. You'll record that video, you'll pop out the SD card, use the SD card reader to get that footage from the SD card onto your computer. It is also advisable that you back that footage up, but it'll still be on the SD card, so you can get it back off of there if somehow you lose it. But for now, we're not in the editing stage. This is the stage where you capture your video. So that's what I want you to do. So you will take a look at this next section that's going to show you how to use the teleprompter, and then you're going to move on to capture what you envisioned in your storyboard and script. Okay, everybody, so I'm going to show you how to record using the teleprompter, and also how you need to set these computers up to use the teleprompter, okay? So let's take a look at how to do this. So the first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to go to your display settings on the computer. So I've got them up already, and I'm going to close it and go back to it so you can see. Down here where you type to search, just type in display, DISPL, and so that's change display settings. Go to that, and right now I've got, I'll switch back. So I'm going to go, this is when you first start working, the main display is going to be monitor 1, and you need to change the main display to monitor 2. So you, under display settings, you click on 2, then you're going to scroll down, and you're going to check the box that says make this my main display, and now it's made that the main display. So that's the first thing you have to do is just go down here, is you'll select 2, which should be the portrait oriented monitor. And you need to check this box that says make this my main display. It's already selected now, so that's good. Now, once you've done that, you can reduce this. And at the bottom of the screen, pinned to the taskbar, we're logged in as SOL on here. There's this piece of paper looking icon with a T in it. Click that, and that'll open up the teleprompter, okay? Then what I think you should do is log into your Google account and have your script as a Google document. So for for an assignment, I'll usually require you to turn in a script, but if you haven't, you need to put your script in a Google Doc, and then you can just log into your Google account and copy the text out of your Google document and paste it in here, okay? So I'm just typing something in to just show you. Actually, I'll just get something off the internet real quick so it makes a little more sense. So if I open up this and I can say, okay, so here I pulled up how to change your display settings, and I'll copy that text out of that. Just copy, go over here and paste that in there, okay? So now I've got that text in here about changing a display. So then when I click start, you will see that it will start to roll the teleprompt over on the other screen. So if you look down here, there is the teleprompter stuff rolling. Don't worry about this. This is my screen capture software staying up. I could actually move that over here out of the way. And that's how the teleprompter will work. You can control the speed settings. You can move this the speed faster by using the page up and page down buttons on your keyboard. So if I go way page up, see how much faster it goes? And then if I hold page down, it'll slow it down, but it's going to scroll up. Okay. So you can control the speed of the teleprompter. So you're probably going to need to have a second person sitting at the keyboard of the computer to control the speed of the teleprompter when you are reading. And you'll have this monitor placed right underneath the lens of the camera without it being in the shot. Now, the other thing you may want to do, so I'm going to hit escape to exit out of that. Now, if you're concerned about the text scale, right here on the teleprompter, you can scale it up. So now if I hit start, I scaled the text way up, and I hit start, you will see that the text is much bigger, and I will page up to increase the pace of the scroll. So you can now see that the letters are much bigger, and you probably are going to need to do that so that you can actually read the text. And as you control the teleprompter, you're just going to have to get used to the way it works because it's kind of funky the way that it scrolls in terms of the speed that it scrolls at. So look, that's the basics of what you have to do. And you guys have all learned to use new software before. This is nothing super complicated. The important thing that you got to remember is to change that display setting because the portrait display needs to be your main display. And that's not the way this computer is set up all the time because it's irritating to have to work with a with a monitor and portrait display when you're just doing regular work. We may, if we're using this as a teleprompter most of the time, we may leave the settings that way most of the time. I'm going to leave it that way when I get off the computer right now. And so if somebody else is using it, they're just going to have to know that and come over and deal with that. But you may have to change the portrait-oriented monitor to the main display when you are going to use this computer as a teleprompter. And then remember that on the taskbar at the bottom, the teleprompter software has the T icon on a page, and that's what you'll have to use. And you'll have to be logged in as the SOL, not as yourself, because that teleprompter software is probably not under your account. And you could add it that way by going to the users and doing that. But let's just have you log in as SOL. It's easier. There's no reason that you need to be logged in as yourself. Just put your text into there, and the teleprompter will make you sound so much smarter when you're doing your work. Thanks. Okay, everybody. So that's the basics of how to use the teleprompter. So coupling this video with the Matthews High Tech Center Studio video recording basics video, you have everything you need to very simply use the camera. All you're going to do is make sure that the camera is positioned the way you want it to be so that you are in the frame you want it to be. Whoever's going to act as your camera person will hit the red button on the camera and record. Make sure you're getting audio from the shotgun microphone. It should be plugged in as demonstrated in the MHTC Studio video recording basics video, and capture your audio. Then after you record, you will move that footage onto your computer and you will edit in a later assignment. Thanks everybody, and I hope you enjoy recording your videos.